Most men underestimate how attractive they really are. The world has taught us to measure attractiveness in narrow ways: sharp jawlines, six-pack abs, perfect hair, and expensive clothes. Social media, movies, and advertisements reinforce the idea that unless you fit a very specific mold, you aren't good-looking enough. But here's the truth. Attraction goes far beyond physical looks. Women and people around you notice details you completely ignore about yourself. Your presence, your way of speaking, the way you listen, and even how you treat people often matter more than your cheekbones or hairstyle. You may already be more magnetic, charming, and desirable than you realize. It's just that your self-perception hasn't caught up with reality. Think about it. How often have you noticed people glance at you when you walk into a room? Maybe a stranger smiled a little longer at you, ... Maybe someone laughed harder than necessary at your joke. Maybe women in your circle remember details you told them weeks ago. All these are subtle but powerful signs that you're more attractive than you give yourself credit for. The issue is, men rarely recognize these signals, why ? Because of self-doubt and comparison. When you constantly measure yourself against others, especially against photoshopped celebrities, you'll always feel less. You might assume the attention you get is just coincidence, when in reality it's proof of your charm. This guide is designed to help you see what you've been blind to. The psychology of attraction and why people perceive you as attractive even when you don't see it. Non-physical traits that make you irresistible to others. Subtle signs from women and men that show you command respect and attention. Why confidence and energy outweigh looks. How to stop underestimating yourself and fully own your presence. It's not about arrogance, it's about awareness. When you realize the power you already have, you'll walk differently, talk differently, and connect with people more authentically. You'll stop chasing approval and start attracting naturally. So as you move through these pages, open your mind. Forget the narrow beauty standards. Instead, pay attention to the small, everyday details that reveal the truth. You're already far more attractive than you think. The psychology of attraction. Here's what the science tells us. When people decide whether someone is attractive, they don't just scan a face like a photo. They interpret body language, tone of voice, emotional warmth, and confidence. In fact, studies show that someone who carries themselves with confidence is often rated as more attractive than someone who only has physical beauty but lacks presence. Think about this. Have you ever seen a man who isn't conventionally good-looking but still has women's attention everywhere he goes? That's not an accident. His energy, his humor, and the way he makes others feel draw people toward him. Attraction is less about what you look like and more about how you make people feel in your presence. One key concept here is called the halo effect. This is a psychological bias where one positive trait you have, like being funny, kind, or confident, makes people assume you're attractive in other ways too. For example, if you walk into a room with relaxed confidence and greet people warmly, others unconsciously rate you as more good-looking, more trustworthy, and even more intelligent. This means that small behaviors can massively shape how attractive you appear. Also, remember that attraction is subjective. What one person overlooks, another might find irresistible. Your unique combination of features, quirks, and personality traits makes you appealing in ways you might never realize. A smile that you think is ordinary might be the exact thing someone finds unforgettable. Understanding this psychology helps you stop underestimating yourself. When you recognize that attraction is about presence, confidence, and authenticity, you'll realize you've been playing at a higher level all along. You just haven't given yourself credit for it yet.